Wow, look at this. Already got two of the most stalwart people ever. Check it out. We've got Trent and we've got Evan coming in hot. There he is. What up, man? How are you?
Good.
So cool. This is going to be awesome. That beard is out of control, dude.
It's just, just gotta live in the mountains, you gotta you just gotta stay warm in the winter.
It's got its own curls and stuff. Camille, we're ready for you whenever you want. No worries. Well, welcome. It's gonna be whoever shows up. A lot of the people in the street team I've never met ever in my life, only like through the internet. So should be pretty interesting. I'm excited. But everybody so far are some of the best. So this is awesome.
Savannah.
Some more central.
Hey, Evan, this is Adam. We like your Meow Wolf jersey. We also were living in Albuquerque, and I have one too. So
That same jersey.
it's awesome.
Thank
Love
you
it.
kindly. You guys moved up north, right?
Yeah, we are in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, I think I commented on one of your posts a while ago.
I think so too, yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
So I like Pennsylvania, man. The Appalachian Trail, Four Seasons, lots of trees.
oh yeah, absolutely. Right on. So
I brought a special guest with me.
oh
dude,
yeah.
this better be Ollie. Oh yeah. Yes. So cute. Oh my gosh. Well, original, what does that even mean? This is interesting. I've never done a Zoom call with like the high quality music box checked. So this is pretty exciting. Yeah, so we're celebrating the release of I've Walked Around, as you all know. Came out yesterday in the morning. We had did you get your headphones? Okay, cool. We had a party at night. We had like probably like 25, 30 people come in our backyard. It was really fun. It went really well. Only a few of us in the band were able to make it. So it was only like me, Camille, and then Micah playing keys and singing. So we didn't have any drums, didn't have any backup guitar. And it turned out okay. I thought. Yeah. It was cool. So the kind of, I don't know, the agenda tonight is I wanted to share a lot of like the meaning behind the song, what it's all about, and open it up for questions in a little bit after we play a couple songs. And yeah, so if you have any questions about anything at all relevant to what's happening on this call, feel free to throw it in the chat. And as people trickle in, I'll have to like let them in somehow while playing guitar. But yeah, well, we want to play a couple songs for you to kick it off. Camille just got comfortable with her blanket. I'm sorry. So we'll get started in probably like 30 seconds. Can you hear this guitar? Oh yeah. Awesome. Camille should be right there. Sweet.
Try playing sitting down.
Do you want to? Yeah. We have our stuff is just everywhere in here because that show last night we had to take everything out. outside and then bring it back inside. And it takes hours to set it all up. Yeah, it's just a nightmare. It was really fun. Totally worth it. I'd have to say the highlight
Invite
though.
your new neighbor friend.
What?
You have that new neighbor fan of yours? Did you invite them? Who like
Oh.
heard it through the wall?
Dude, we invited because unfortunately they were sick and due to coronavirus, we were like, yeah, it's probably best if you don't come. But they're super nice. Kind of wish they could have come. But I think the highlight from the release party last night was Micah from the band did a Ink Spots voice impression and on the spot. I was trying to be done, and then he just like took the mic and was like, I can do an Ink Spots impression. It was amazing. That's why he's my friend.
Hi, Mom.
Okay, let's start with
It was great last night. We loved it. And I would say another highlight was Aria's and Buffy's dancing during music. That was awesome.
Just try and eat it over the plate, okay?
that's awesome. Okay, this song, can we do Hey Sky? Is that cool? Sounds good. The song's called Hey Sky. Check, check. I see the sky, and it tells me why I need you in my life. A thousand blooms, by nectar flower bees, they're coming in my garden, fertilizing my green beans. And people try to label my life, and they take my fries, and it hurts my insides. I can't see what she and I are acting like a couple kids in Disneyland. Really cranky but older men. A thousand trees could never fill my lungs with the kind of energy I feel around she. And people try to label my life, and they take my fries, and it hurts my insides, and they want my life. And they want my life. I see the sky, and it tells me why I need you in my life. Thanks for being here. I realized immediately when I started playing, my mother would be very displeased. She can't see my hands on the guitar. So I'm gonna have to make the strap very, 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 very small to get the guitar that high. Thanks again for being here. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. I do lots of Zoom calls for work, but Zoom calls for this, I don't know how this is even supposed to go. So at any time, you can click one of the emojis to raise your hand, or you could ask a question. or you could just tell me what you think should be happening next. But I thought we could just do some songs, some questions, and call it for the evening. So yeah, think about some questions and throw them in the chat when you're ready, and I'll just kind of pick at them over the course of the evening. What was I gonna say? Oh, it left me. Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. So I would like to get feedback for those of you who are getting my emails and getting my texts, if that's working out for you or not. Even if you're watching this after the fact, I'm going to be posting this in the Facebook group and on YouTube. Let me know if that's working out. If you want less, more, trying to get as much feedback as possible. Thanks, Evan says, love the tone on the guitar. Cool song, bro. Dig that one. Thank you. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Right before this, I asked Camille, I was like, what if nobody comes? It's just an empty Zoom call. So it's really, really rad to have a couple of you here. Thank you so much. We're going to do one more and then we'll talk about I've walked around, what it means, what the songwriting process was like, and start answering any questions that you guys might have. Which one do you think we should do?
For the songs we know.
Yeah. Let's
I need to
do.
learn light comes through on the.
Yeah, seriously. Can you see? All right, Mom. If you ever watch this video, this is for you. Made it so my hands are sort of visible. There we go. All right, cool. This one's called Feel You There. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing your face. Really cool to see everybody. Here we go. And all the canyons see the line in a deeper line. So I'm caught in thoughts and I'm digging through the falls. The wind pats the trees and the leaves and they're passing by my small. Running water is a pattern of my life. I'm standing taller when I just let you be right. And I don't have to see your face to feel you there, to feel you there, to feel you there, to feel you there. All the sounds, they bounce like ribbons through the air. Everywhere it's still and it's not, and it's living without a care. I think I might be dead wrong about being away. Running water is a sound I need tonight. Midnight caller, it's the wind that made a fright tonight. I don't have to see your face to feel you there, to feel you there, to feel you there, to feel you there. reach out into it myself now. Breathe out, lean into the wind. It's time. The waiting is over and people are watching you. It's time. Your life is approaching and now it's happening now. Reach out into it myself now. Breathe out, lean into the wind now. Oh, the canyon, see the light that you're breathing. You were child at heart like all the scribbles throughout. You're loving, you're invincible, cause you're forever. You're standing taller, cause you're growing all the time. You couldn't stop it all, even if you tried. I don't have to see your face to feel you there, to feel you there, to feel you there, to feel you there. Hope the sound's coming through okay for you guys. Yeah, so maybe before we talk too much about what the song means, it'd be cool if anybody wanted to introduce themselves, just so people can meet each other. That'd be cool. I know some of you are probably out and about doing stuff right now because it's a good time to be out and about. But Evan, do you have any desire to take the mic?
My name's Evan Woodward. I'm a songwriter and recording artist too, and Brent and I kind of found each other's records last summer, and I became like this huge Powerless fan. And I just think you guys are really inspiring, just really cool energy. Like, I definitely want to hear about the songwriting process on this one because there's so many elements in this new single. And I'm just a big fan of music, man, and I'm just glad that of all the awful things that happened last year, I got connected with you guys, and it's really cool. It is inspiring. It's hard to find other artists that are just like, you're like, man, I should work some more, do some more stuff. And so I'm just a big fan, big supporter. I posted about the single, but I didn't get a lot of response. I don't know where you want people to be driven, if you want them to Bandcamp or YouTube, or if you have a preference.
Dude, I don't even know, man. I don't know. Most people don't really buy music anymore, so I've just kind of like done a link tree mostly, but
Cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for introducing yourself, man. I'm a big fan of Evan too. We've been collaborating a little bit more recently, and it's been super, super cool. What's coming out of that?
It's been fun, man. I had this song that I was completely stuck on for 6 months, and I had this like really cool chorus, and I would like sit down with this chord chart. It was in an open tuning, and I'd sit down and I like could not figure this thing out. And I sent it to Brent, and like 2 hours later, the song was done. And so I'm gonna record. I'm going to Austin in October to record my new album with Stuart Sykes. He's like done some really impressive stuff with like Modest Mouse and the White Stripes and Black Pumas and some other really good bands. And a friend of mine kind of introduced us, so I'm pretty stoked to work with him. And then we're gonna do this song that Brett and I co-wrote. So I'm pretty stoked to record it.
So cool. Oh man. So sick. Well, cool. Thanks, Evan. Go ahead and post a link to your music in the chat. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
If people are interested to check out some more music, he's got some great stuff and working on more. Sweet. Yeah. So, I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's probably like at least 2 or 3 people that are trying to find the live stream right now on YouTube. I feel so bad. But that's okay. They'll see this eventually. Let's talk about I've walked around. Before I get started, do you want to jump in with anything at all?
Just like about the song.
Yeah.
I think the thing that has been coolest for me about watching Brent produce this song is like, I feel like you've gone through way more iterations of this song than like any other song you've ever done. Like normally you just kind of write it and then make a few tweaks and then it's done. But this one has changed so much from week to week, which is really cool that you've been like playing the new, the latest version every week on your live stream. Cause like I mean, obviously a lot of weeks to weeks it was the same, but like then there were some really big changes and like, I don't know, I just have never seen you do that before with a song. And not that you have to do that with every song, but it definitely like turned it into something way different than it started out with, which is just really cool. So that's why I'm stoked on it.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to start. So I put a poll out in the street team, the Facebook group that I have gone, private Facebook group. I think there's like 300 something amount of people in there, and I gave them 4 options, and I was like, hey, which of these options do you think we should put out next? And they voted for this one. So I've never done that before either, of just like having somebody else be like, hey, I'd rather you put this one out. And I had quite a few people vote on it, so I think that kind of helped me overcome a lot of artist imposter syndrome, because it was like there are people who are like, please do this song. And so I think I tried way harder on it because it wasn't just me alone in a room. I felt like I had kind of a team behind me, however enthusiastically. Like that was the first time I've ever felt that. So basically, yeah, I'm not even sure how to describe the writing process of this song. I'm probably going to start with the fact that I have a Michelangelo approach to songwriting. Let me see if I could actually pull up the exact quote, because I can. I don't even know how to spell this. Michelangelo. Sculpture quote. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Down. The first down.
Yeah, I had this one too. So there's 2 quotes from Michelangelo that like have really informed my songwriting process. First one, quote, the sculpture is already complete within the marble block before I start my work. It is already there. I just have to chisel away the superfluous. There we go. Superfluous material. Second quote he said was, I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free. That's my favorite one. I had that on my desktop background for a while. I'm just going to throw that in the chat because it's so good. Anyway, yeah, I kind of like tried to feel what the song wants, like just assuming the song already exists in the future, right? Like if I'm writing it, then it's already there, right? Which is already kind of
Harry
a
Potter,
yeah, like already like a
Patronus.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. If it's already there, then like I'm just kind of remembering, I'm communicating with it, being like, hey, like what do you need to have happen here? And this song like had a lot to say. Yeah, someone's trying to text me. Could you respond to him and just explain that we're on a Zoom call and ask if he wants the info. So I generally just kind of give birth to like little song ideas. And so the first idea that came out was just kind of the general idea of a verse and a chorus there. I really liked the na chorus. That was kind of the first thing I started with. I actually hated it when I first came up with it. I was like, this is so stupid. It sounds like just like another boom clap indie pop radio song. Like, I don't know if you listen to that My Chemical Romance Na 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 song, but it's insanely catchy and also extremely irritating. And anyway, I was not proud of that child when it first came out.
Is this the link? I sent you
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Tell them the password is 112233. So I kind of gave birth to that baby, and I thought I had a really like tight, cool, interesting vibe, but I was not planning on exploring this song at all. I actually used this as like a buffer for the other choices I put to my street team, assuming they would choose Lizard or one of the other songs I really like. And then they chose this one, and I was like, well, frick, now I have to actually finish this song. I only have a verse and a chorus for it, and I don't even really like the chorus. So I was honestly a little frustrated. That was the choice, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, like, I didn't feel. So anyway, it was cool to like be encouraged to challenge myself in that way, to attack a song that I probably on my own wouldn't have even given the time of day. And then it turned out to like be a really important song for me to write, even just for myself. It got
That's
really,
crazy
yeah.
to think about. Like, if they hadn't voted for it, you would never have made this song.
Mm-mm.
You should just always vote.
I know, it's really interesting. I like that collaborative element to it. That's like a little bit of random chance element. It's kind of interesting.
Well, I feel like it makes the people listening like way more involved. Like,
Yeah.
to think like, if I hadn't voted on that, it would never have been made. Like, a lot of times when you vote, it's like, well, my vote doesn't matter, but it's like their vote very much mattered.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't think they realized their vote would result in like hundreds of hours of work for
look
me.
back and see who voted for it, and then I don't know, reach out to them personally or something. I just think it's really interesting to like have their name
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'm gonna start scrolling through the posts here and see if I can find it while I'm talking. So yeah, I had this like verse and chorus. I know this is a really long story, so if you need to take a bathroom break, turn your camera off, whatever. No worries. So I had this verse and chorus, and Evan just asked, why did you feel this was more challenging than the others you listed as options on the poll? And it was just simply because I think subconsciously I knew this, but it was crying out for so much attention, and I knew it was going to take a lot of work to really plumb the depths of it. It wasn't just going to be like a sit down with a Coke in my hand and pump it out in half an hour. It was going to be like a journey, and I didn't really want to do a journey. This was right before we moved again. We were moving, we had a new puppy, and it was cold outside. I was depressed, is so depressed. And then everyone votes to have this be the next song. And I was just like, it's horrible. I think I actually wrote 5 other songs before I even started working on it, because I was just like, couldn't even do it. Anyway, yeah, so the angel within the marble metaphor, if we go with that, was like, I knew it was gonna want a lot from me. So I started working on it and massaging the lyrics, just trying new things, messing around in Logic, which is the DAW that I use to make my music. And I really hated most of what the stuff I came up with for about a month, but I was like, I committed to make this freaking song. So I just kept working at it and changing things around, listening to it in the car. And then I think what happened was I got here which is the place we were moving to right when I kind of sent that poll out. I don't know if anyone noticed the background of my live stream videos changed drastically. And I think the extra space that we had here helped me feel like I could attack the song again. And I'm really self-conscious of making sad songs. I've had some people tell me like, are you ever going to write a happy song? And like kind of hurt my feelings over time. Just like, so I feel really uncomfortable, like really letting the darkness loose through the music, because I've just been criticized for it. But as soon as I allowed myself to do that, that's exactly what the song wanted. That was the fuel, the ethanol level, the depressedness ethanol level it wanted was maximum. And so I started like giving it the juice, like the just letting all of the angst and like frustration and everything in me, because I'm also going through a bit of a transition in other areas of my life too, shedding old things and trying on new things. And that I think that was kind of what allowed the song to then flourish, was just allowing myself to be sad and to say that I was sad. That's kind of what this song is. It's just like, I'm really sad right now, but if I don't do this all by myself, then I'm going to get out of it and it'll be okay. Not doing it alone is like kind of the primary message of the song. So the process was really long and painful for this song. It's not always that way. I have to explain the contrast to how it normally is. Normally I get a song idea and I pump it out honestly in probably like 4 hours and it's done. Boom. And the demo's done too. And I'm just tweaking it from there. So the fact that I spent months on one song is so big for me. I've never done that before. I usually only write like 2-minute songs, and this is like 4 minutes something. I really spread out on this one. So yeah, the process was brand new for me, I guess is the conclusion here. I feel like I've got to be back far
It was
enough.
like at the very beginning.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
Been scrolling this whole time through the group.
Oh yeah.
Here it is. Okay. So back to the poll, December 10th, 2020. I need your input, everyone. I'm looking out to put an official single out. I'd love to know what song you want to be finished and officially released. You can listen to all these demos here, blah, blah, blah. Here are the options. Wow, there actually were a lot of options. There were 6 options. I've Walked Around in the Night was an option. Blizzard, Life with the Cougars, Bill Wakes Up, Feel It, and Quick Excuses. And I had 19 votes for I've Walked Around in the Night, 2 for Lizard, 1 for Life with the Cougars, 1 for Bill, 1 for Feel It. So it was like overwhelming choice of that one. So that's 24 people who voted, which is like totally solid. That's totally enough to like get some results on a poll. So thanks first off for people for voting. That's huge. I wonder if I can click on it and seeing dog photos now.
Yeah, the
View insights. Here we go.
no, go back. Just go back for a second. Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
Just forget it. Wait, was that it?
No, I did a few polls. Anyway, yeah, it was an overwhelming vote. That's all we're trying to say. Eventually,
We'll do the name thing.
yeah, we'll do the name thing there. Another question from Evan. How can people say you don't write happy songs with Messing My Face? I agree, dude. I totally agree. I don't know what their deal is, dude. I don't know what these freaking people's deal is. So yeah, this was also one of the first tracks where I had someone else do the drums. So the person who did the drums on this track, his name is Ronnie Strauss. He's really good friends with my cousin Chad. I played in Chad's band for a hot second as their bass player. Absolutely psychotically intense music. Oh my gosh. So bummed we never played a show. The show got canceled because I think Chad was just not in a good place. But Anyway, I got to meet Ronnie, who's a stellar drummer, and he did all of the drum recording in his basement and just gave me all the stems dry. So I took all the stems and then mixed them in, and everything else was just done here. Guitar, bass, keys, vocals, mixing, mastering, just in this room. This untreated room. This like phone back there is an absolute joke. Doesn't do anything. Anyway, so that's the process. If anyone has any other questions about process, go ahead and throw them in the chat. I'm going to move on to what it means. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I have a huge tendency to cry during my shows, and not be able to sing this song because I just like feel it really hard. But I don't feel like we're gonna have to do that tonight. So anyway, the lyrics, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you actually, so you can look at these with me. So here we go. It's just a couple of us. I kind of like how small this is. I'm digging this. So here we go. We've got the words. Wonder if I can zoom in. Can I move this? What I'm gonna do is just make them big. Okay, so basically this is this is verse 1 right here. Boom. Yeah, this is kind of that really soft intro and then 2 full cycles of normal verse. And the whole concept of this song is like a melding of light and dark. It was really helpful for me overcoming addiction and really self-destructive behaviors to move away from the good and bad paradigm and embrace more of just like a darkness and a lightness paradigm, which had nothing to do with good and bad. It was just like I just naturally go through periods of darkness and I go through periods of light, and I don't have to always be expecting myself to be in an experience of lots of light. So allowing myself to go through periods of darkness is how I was able to pop out the other side, because I wasn't resisting it. I like was able to actually pass through the dang thing and experience light on the other side. And so accepting the dark and this is so scary when you hear these words from a good and bad paradigm, but embracing the dark and just allowing it, kind of like zenning with it, has been a lot more successful for me with mental health and just life in general. So the beginning of this song is talking about like, I've experienced an insane amount of darkness. I've walked around in the night. It's a big metaphor here. I ran with the wolves. That references a personal experience I had where I was riding my Razor scooter at night, like probably like 3 a.m, because I couldn't sleep. And a bunch of coyotes started running with me on the street. I was so scared. It was very scary being surrounded by, there were at least 6 coyotes. At least. It felt like a whole pack. I could hear their like claws on the pavement right behind me too. I was at like the head of this pack on my like little Razor scooter, just pushing along. They came out of nowhere, surrounded me, ran with me for probably like at least 30 seconds, and then just kind of slowly like disappeared. And like I think about that almost every month ever since then. So that's what that means. I ran with the wolves. Cousin, I initially addressed this song to my cousin Chad and my cousin Jack. It's kind of like a, hey man, like I'm in this with you. I get it. You're going through a rough time. So am I. And we're in this together. And so, yeah, the first verse there is just kind of like a declaration of like, I understand pain and darkness. I've been through it. I'm not ashamed of it. It's not evil to me. It just is what I've been through. And then we move into the chorus, which is obviously very happy. It's like this na-na chorus. We have a totally different voice take over, Camille's voice. And it just like erupts into this huge symphonic synthesizer driven explosion of positive energy. Again, with this intent of like trying to like harness these two seemingly polar experiences together. Just like, as like you could think about the metaphor being like, you know, I'm just injecting positivity like straight into it with a needle, just like boom, boom, you know. I start out with this like really rough verse, and then I just pop it. I pop the bubble with positivity without any words. In the first chorus, there's no words. We're not trying to say anything. We're just experiencing it. Again, like a call to just don't define everything as either a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it can just be a thing. Maybe we don't have to slap a label on everything. That's kind of what that means. And so we exit the first chorus and we enter a completely different world of the second verse. I'm in my high register. We've got all these harmonies happening. It's a lot quieter. It's like a totally different place. And I say, I've walked around in the light. I've walked up through mountains so steep, took my breath to the wind. I ran through clouds, cousin, still addressing my family members who are like in a rough spot. So I've walked around in the light. I've walked around in the night. They rhyme. They are seeming opposites, but the rhyme in my mind is supposed to bring them together, right? Like nighttime and light don't necessarily go together in your head, but because they rhyme, I'm trying to be like, hey, like if we can bring these polar opposites together, it kind of gets rid of the need to judge the two as, if that makes sense. It's like combining colors, right? Creatively. So that second verse is meant to like, again, be like, hey, like this life can be heavy and hard and like really depressing. And that's great. No resistance to that. It just is that way sometimes. And I've also had really good times where I walked around in the light. I walked in the mountains, took my breath away, incredible beauty. I'm in the clouds, right? And back to back, we go straight into a refrain of the first verse, saying similar stuff. I ran with the wolves. I can't sleep. There's nowhere to go but here. Rain stole the wind from my knife. But the one that gets repeated quite a bit is there's nowhere to go but here. And so by this point, you've heard it for the second time. I've walked around in the night. I ran with the wolves. I can't sleep. There's nowhere to go. But at this point, it's like, there's nowhere to go, but we're kind of like settling into that. It's like, that's actually a good thing. There is nowhere to run to. So I don't need to run. I don't need to fight this. Like, I just am here in this. And that's a big piece of just philosophy and therapy that brings me a lot of comfort, is that getting present with where I am is so much more powerful than running away from it. And so, yeah, it's also kind of like if you can't sleep and you're trying to sleep, right? Like you'll never fall asleep if you keep thinking about how you can't sleep. It's like a very frustrating experience that I have almost every night. So anyway, then we launch into another chorus of nanas, tying it all together again, attempting to show that it's possible for all of this to coexist. Maybe this isn't, this terrible thing I'm trying to escape from. Maybe it's just all beautiful and all okay. And I'm being taken care of, by God, by a higher power, by my family, whatever that higher power can be. And then I come in on that second chorus, kind of backing up her voice to kind of like, take it to the next level of fusion between dark and light. And then we launch into the bridge where Camille sings her beautiful bridge. Absolutely killed it. So good. The first time I thought we would make it through this. The first time I heard her sing it, it was just like jaw dropping. So good. So good. And so this is meant to be just like the absolute peak. This is like the heart of the song. I usually make either verses odd or the structure of the song odd so there can be a centerpiece. If it's even, then there's no center. And I hate that. There has to be a center. That's why my album was odd amounts of songs. I like there to be a heart in the middle of it that beats, that pumps the whole song blood. And so this is the heart. We get to about 3/4 of the way through the song. The heart says, wind is rustling through the flowers. My window is open as far as it can go. I'm sitting on the edge of summer and fall. I gotta hold you right now. I missed an apostrophe. So this is meant to be more of an abstract brushstroke. Yikes. So it's meant to like evoke, it's meant to show, not tell, right? Like I learned that in design school. You don't tell people what it is, you show them. You don't make a painting and then write on the painting like, hey, by the way, this is a painting, right? Like you don't need to do that. And so that concept applies all the way through creativity. Maybe don't tell them what they're supposed to be feeling, show them what they're supposed to be feeling. And so I'm showing you here what I want you to feel. I'm showing you scenes that evoke the right feeling instead of just saying like peacefulness, serenity, you know what I mean? Like that's just like kind of kills it, you know? But if I say wind is rustling through the flowers, the window's wide open, you know, I'm sitting on the edge of this feeling, right? Like this really delicate feeling that like is so fleeting, you know? That's what that little heart of the song. I don't understand why I'm crying, but it's fine. That's what the heart of the song is meant to evoke. And then we go into like a refrain, repeating rain falls alone in my heart, rough start. And then we go into the final chorus where like it's all blending together. Jeez. My nose really hurts right now. This is painful. It's supposed to end. All of the different vocal lines line up. They go together. There's no like fighting among parts. Let me get some water. If you want to jump in and save me right now, you can.
Nothing to say.
And we end in a total harmony, right? So kind of an overview of what we just talked about is we start in darkness. And it's so dark in the beginning of the song that you can barely even hear what I'm saying, right? Like that's even the fact that you can barely hear what I'm saying is the message of the beginning of the song. That's on purpose. And then we end with just like this beautiful combination of all the colors and feelings we felt through the song. Meant for you to be able to walk away feeling like almost like you've made friends with the darkness you're experiencing instead of like I'm gonna kill it, you know, I'm gonna murder this depression, I'm gonna toxic positivity my way through this, baby, you know, fake it till you make it, just plaster on that smile. I'm not saying all of that is evil or bad. I'm just saying this song is not really along those lines. I think it's just a different approach to getting through difficulty, of just like befriending whatever. Yeah, acceptance, exactly. So if you have any questions, now's the time. Go ahead and open You can unmute yourself, jump in at any point. You don't have to raise your hand. Or you can just throw it in the chat. Gotta drink some more water.
Do you want to like play it and then
I don't know if I can play it, you know.
play it? We gotta play it. We gotta
All right, we'll play.
let's just play it.
All right, we'll play the song. Do you want to try the playing along with the recording or no?
I just play acoustic.
Just play it acoustically. All right. I look so pretty. And then we're about there on time. So any final questions? Drop them in the chat. Any final comments, whatever you want. We got about just a few more minutes. So we'll play what will probably feel like a very small version of the song. The recording is so big. This is gonna be a little baby version. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn everybody's faces off so I can focus, get through this. Hopefully that doesn't make it go away or something. Okay, here we go. That's a great question. I have a tuner. We had it outside. You can tune to me. That's fine. That's fine. All right, here we go. I gotta click some buttons.
Do I make the mic more?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. You good? Can you reach it?
Yeah.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I've walked around in the night, howling with the wolves 'cause I can't sleep. So I sit here in the dark, go, but here some days rain falls alone in my heart. Rough start to my day, okay, thirsting for some purpose in the void, and I'm not alone in this with you. We did it.
I like it small. You hate singing it, just us.
I've just spent like hundreds of hours hearing it all fleshed out. It's so hard to back it off and just do like a little tiny thing. All right, well, thanks everybody for being here. Looks like we've got one more message here. Oopsie, and we have another person join. What band name is on that bass drum? Oh, that's Spoonfest. Spoonfest. It's a music festival that we've helped throw around here. We had like 19 bands come through in a day. It was crazy. Anyway, that's what that is. Thanks so much for being here. Adam and Savannah just popped back on. Well, we're gonna be done pretty soon, but I will post the replay. We covered kind of like what the song means and just a lot of emotional content. If you want to partake of that. So yeah, I feel like that's all we were gonna do today. Am I missing anything? How much water have you had today? You know what? That's a valid question. I do get on my street team members about how much water they're drinking. I have drinking at least a quarter of this right here, and then 2 LaCroix. There we go.
I know. I feel like
Not enough.
I
Not
measure my
enough.
water intake by number of LaCroix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know if LaCroix counts.
Hey, it's
It's
pure water.
definitely better than what you could be drinking, you know what I'm saying? All right, well, thanks for tuning in. You're all very loved. All of you have been like super helpful and supportive. I'm really glad that all of you were able to come and just have this little moment with us. And if there's anything that we can do as artists to meet the needs of the people who consume our stuff, let us know. Be really great. Let's see. My mom says, can we access recordings such that we can email it to others, is what I'm guessing. Yeah. This, I'm gonna post this in the Facebook group and on YouTube. So you can totally mail this in the email to other people. Yeah. My other mother says, tell them to buy it. I actually think everybody here has bought it. Evan has definitely bought it. If you want to buy it and you're watching this later though, and you are not here live, we still love you a lot. And you can buy it on Bandcamp. That's probably the best place. There's only like a few cents of transaction fees, and I actually get that money. Pretty crazy. So, yep. Oh, I do want to say one final thing. We're gonna do open it up for monthly patrons like in the next week or two. It's actually kind of shocking how much overhead I already have. Even like how small this project is. I have like at least about $250 of overhead a month. Just like keeping all the websites going and doing what I got to do this. And so I have it all set up. It's just like I got a couple more back end things to program and figure out, and then it'll be live. And so it'd be really great to slowly accrue some more monthly subscribers, because that would really help keep the finances reasonable. So more to come about that really soon. I'm gonna be, once that drops, I'll be blasting a lot of emails and texts out about that, just so everybody knows. So that's kind of the next big thing. And I think we're gonna call it there. Love you guys so much. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being friends. Bye bye.
Love you.
Love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.